Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of In Ohio Country Today. I'm Big Dan Wilson, and this week our feature stories are from the 10th anniversary celebration and open house of Central State University's land grant designation. It was a great event. I want to thank Lena Fields Arnold and Cindy Falk and all the great people there at Central State University for helping us out. We'll have those stories and more this week in Ohio Country Today. Take control of your grain storage needs with GSI and Homan Inc. From site planning to installation and service, Homans and GSI are proven partners to help you earn more. Storing grain on your farm gives you more control of your operation, and GSI and Homans can help. Take control of your grain storage today with on-farm grain storage solutions from Homans and GSI. Go to homaninc.com. That's homaninc.com. Rodock and Midway Trailers is your source for Trinity Belt Trailers. Versatile and cost-efficient, Trinity Belt Trailers are built with high-strength stainless steel, making them rugged and flexible, allowing a full 36 degree of flex. We know you have to haul as many loads at max payload in the least amount of time at the lowest possible cost to be profitable. And Trinity Belt Trailers can help you do just that. Remember Rodock and Midway Trailers, your source for Trinity Belt Trailers. For more information, go to midwaytrailers.net. Closed captioning paid for in part by the following. Devin Dye from Dye Real Estate and Land Company is your area leader in land auctions because our team works to maximize your profits. Through a coordinated effort from pre-marketing to auction day, we make selling your farm or recreational property an easy, exciting, and thorough experience. We invite you to contact us today for a no-obligation valuation of your land. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Call us first. DyeRealEstate.com. That's DyeRealEstate.com. Farmers Alliance, your home for quality ag supply services, can provide you with easy, convenient, and cost-effective drone services. If you need spraying a fungicide on corn, call us today. Drone spraying has been Beck's PFR proven to provide direct coverage to your corn crop with no impact to your fields. And spot spraying with a drone can be much more efficient. Call Farmers Alliance for quality ag supply services. For more information, go to myfarmersalliance.com. That's myfarmersalliance.com.
Hello once again, everybody, at Central State University. Today is a special day. In fact, it was so special we even planted a tree. Cindy Falk is with me, and Cindy, we've known each other for a number of years. I've come down to Central State over the years, and we've done some interviews. Why is this tree so special today?
Well, it was a culmination of a lot of different celebrations. We're celebrating 10 years of Central State University being a land-grant institution. It is the 75th anniversary of the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and it's Arbor Day.
And while it didn't rain right now, you supplied the water to get that tree going.
That's right. We're excited. This is a native tree to Greene County, Ohio. This is a swamp white oak, and so we want to make sure it gets a good start.
Okay, and look who we have here. Thanks a lot, Cindy Falk. And Mark Rindelman now joins us. And
I am Mark Rindelman, and I'm the state program leader for community and economic development under Central State University Extension.
Okay, and with that, you have a lot of responsibilities. Today had to be a day that you feel really good because you see the fruition of what has really transpired from day one. It's been a 10-year anniversary celebrated today with land grant status given to Central State University. You've got to be really pleased.
I'm especially excited as a graduate of Central State University, but also at the time when land grant was being established here at Central State University, I was an adjunct. So I was on the scene. I was here. So that was especially nice for me. But now being on the team, I love the fact that we're growing like we are. I mean, as a land grant institution, I mean, we're just, the sky's the limit. I love the fact that we're, only centralians would understand what I'm saying, but we're crossing 42. We're expanding into new territory. And I'm just excited about that. We were here last year, and at that time, we were groundbreaking. Now we're almost under roof and closing that structure, that research facility we started out, and there's another phase of that that's in the works. And what you can't see from the street is there's a large pond back there. that's finished. So there's a whole lot going on that side of the street, as well as what we've been doing and that growth that we have on the campus side.
And as I understand it, there are, well, several grants that have happened in those 10 years and more grants on the way. Some already said that they're going to be coming here. We just have to wait for fruition. But my gosh, when you said the sky's the limit, I think we're already there.
We live in what we call a grant life. We are always in pursuit of grant opportunities. We have funding, but that supplemental funding is what takes us over the top. It's like the cream.
A lot has happened. A lot of success has happened, and it's because of a lot of effort. People have rolled up their sleeves, and at the same time, donors have come forth, and at the same time, you've had a lot of people that are writing grants, and the grants have been accepted by Central State, and that's something that's people don't really think about a lot until, hey, you need an extra few dollars.
Well, the way we describe it is we live a grant life. And in that space, what I'm saying is we have funding through our federal and state providers, but on top of that, there's the grant funding. It's like the icing on the cake, and it's our responsibility to pursue that opportunity. And with that and our funding, we're growing. The sky's the limit. I'm just so excited to be in this space. It's not just structures, it's staffing, it's points of impact in the community, in the state of Ohio. We're just glad to be a part of that.
Well, when you say it's not all structures, at the same time, when you're driving down 42 and you get to just across from Central State, that big building along the road now, it makes you almost want to put on the brakes real quick and stop and say, hey, what's going on over there?
It's so special. As a graduate of Central State, that was grass for so many years. And now, because of the land grant, we've moved into that space, and that's our growth. We're so excited to expand our territories. We've got our first research facility going up, and it's almost under roof. Is a second phase to that. We've got aquaponics over there. We've got other structures. We've got greenhouses. So we are busy in that space.
And while you've gotten new staff along the way, I've noticed several of the staff that have been here for several years. So that's good. That's a good health that you have to have, and it's nice to have.
It's a combination. You've got, as I say, veterans, and you got those of us who are kind of coming in with a different experience, and we're meshing the two together, and that's what we are. Just that kind of growth, new ideas, old ideas, all of it just makes sense.
Well, Mark, if folks are watching and would like to get a little bit more information, and you're the guy that can give them a lot of that, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Okay, just again to say my title and give my contact information. I am Mark Rindelman. I am the state program leader for community and economic development. My office number is 937-376-6088. That is my phone number. My email is mrindelman, that's MRENDLEMAN @centralstate.edu. I'll be glad to respond to any requests for information.
And very easy to work with. Mark, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, as always. I appreciate you.
And stay with us, back with more when we continue with In Ohio Country Today.
From generation to generation, farmers do their best to protect their land, livestock, and farm operations, but they can't do it alone. Salina Insurance Group has partnered with local ag professionals to do just that, offering the peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. Salina's products and coverages come from our first-hand experience and relationships with local agents. For total farm protection, come experience the Salina difference. Learn more at salinainsurance.com. Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs. Rodock and Midway Trailers is your source for Trinity Belt Trailers. Versatile and cost-efficient, Trinity Belt Trailers are built with high-strength stainless steel, making them rugged and flexible, allowing a full 36 degree of flex. We know you have to haul as many loads at max payload in the least amount of time at the lowest possible cost to be profitable. And Trinity Belt Trailers can help you do just that. Remember Rodock and Midway Trailers, your source for Trinity Belt Trailers. For more information, go to midwaytrailers.net.
Kent Holmes, Marketing Manager here with Apple Farm Service with another Farming Fast Fact. Any of you looking at getting a new Kinsey planter, right now is the best time of the year. Now until middle of July, you can get yourself a Kinsey early order special. Best timing of the year to get the best discounts for Kinsey. So if you're interested, stop on by and see how much it would be for us to put together the custom perfect planter for you. Just check us out, applefarmservice.com/Kinsey. This is Kent Holmes with Apple Farm Service with In Ohio Country Days Farming Fast Fact.
Take control of your grain storage needs with GSI and Homan Inc. From site planning to installation and service, Homans and GSI are proven partners to help you earn more. Storing grain on your farm gives you more control of your operation, and GSI and Homans can help. Take control of your grain storage today with on-farm grain storage solutions from Homans and GSI. Go to homaninc.com. That's homaninc.com.
Hi, I'm Alan Davis. And here at Alan Davis Insurance, we strive to be your solutions provider. As a business owner and an active farmer, I know the challenges firsthand that you face to run your business and your farm. Give us a call, 419-738-7447 for your auto, home, life, farm, commercial, crop, and financial services. Or check us out on the web at alandavisinsurance.com.
Hello once again, everybody. Back at Central State University, and I'm visiting with Brian Kampman. And Brian, we've been here before, and what you see here with the fish tanks and the fish and the crops of broccoli, two different kinds of broccoli, and the thing is, one of these feeders, like you water the plants, and that water comes through, and you rotate that back with the fish. And what kind of agriculture is this?
This is aquaculture, or aquaponics, where you take aquaculture and hydroponics and you combine the two. Very seldom do we have to add any kind of other nutrients other than the nitrogen that is produced by the fish. Occasionally I have to add some potassium or phosphorus when plants need it, but I don't add it that often. So I do have to add iron periodically because the city of Xenia takes all the iron out of their water, so the leaves of our plants always go yellow. So,
okay. Well, we know that kale, and you have two different varieties here.
Yeah.
The kale is consumed by people. So in these tanks, you have fish. How do you market those fish?
We usually we have a Asian fish market in Dayton that we market to. They buy the fish from us for so much on the pound. And I've got one crop that's about 2 years old, another one that they're coming up on a year, so we may get rid of them here soon. I know the 2-year-old fish are going to be going here very soon because we need to clean out the tanks and get things ready for another crop of fish.
And what kind of fish are they?
They are tilapia.
Now, is that the best kind for agroponics?
They're very tolerant of the ups and downs of the systems. They're warm water fish, so you have to kind of, they have to kind of have a warm water. When it gets in during the winter, even though we heat the greenhouse, it doesn't keep the water warm enough really for them. Keeps them, they're alive, but they're not really active. So
they just slow down? Do they die if it gets too cold?
They slow down. I try to keep it about 65 to 70 degrees, and that keeps them alive through the winter. We may lose one or two, but not very often.
A few years ago there was a lot that was being talked about this kind of system and written about, and you heard a lot of people wanting to get involved. Has that died down, or is it still something that's popular?
It's still popular. Yeah, I get calls all the time. I have people drop in or or shoot me an email, say I want to come see your greenhouse and see how you're doing it. So I have them come in and I give them the once through.
Okay.
So.
What have you learned in the years that you've been involved here? You had told me earlier that you hadn't been really involved this much with this kind of system until day one. And what have you learned in those years?
There's a lot of ups and downs. You got to really keep an eye on things. We do have a nice system that's hooked up that lets us know what the dissolved oxygen levels are, the water temperature, I'm trying to think what else, the pH of the system. And the thing about the fish, they like it a little more on the acidic side, and the plants like it a little more on the alkaline side. So you kind of have to find a happy medium with that. So I usually try to keep it about 6.5 to 7 on the pH levels. But other than that, if you have a good feel for your system and how it's running, you usually don't have any problems.
Sounds really good. Brian, if folks would have some questions and maybe want to ask you about that, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Best way to contact me is my email here at the school. It's bcampman, KAMPMAN, at centralstate.edu.
Okay, watch out for the calls you get. So,
yes.
Okay, we've been visiting with Brian Kampman here at Central State University. Stay with us, back with more when we continue with In Ohio Country Today.
From generation to generation, farmers do their best to protect their land, livestock, and farm operations. But they can't do it alone. Salina Insurance Group has partnered with local ag professionals to do just that, offering the peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. Salina's products and coverages come from our first-hand experience and relationships with local agents. For total farm protection, come experience the Salina difference. Learn more at salinainsurance.com.
When you think about advancements in biotechnology, you probably aren't thinking about corn. But should you be? This is field corn. You wouldn't toss it on the grill, but we are able to use its specific properties to create plant-based bioproduct alternatives to harmful petroleum products. Simply put, we work with the planet to meet our needs rather than depleting it. Our sustainable process begins with farmers who use sun, soil, and seed to grow the corn. Once it's delivered, we mill the kernels, grinding them to a fine flour. That's then flooded with recycled water, enzymes, and yeast, releasing renewable CO2, which is captured for beverage carbonation, food processing, and dry ice. Soon, we'll channel unused CO2 back into the earth, keeping it out of the atmosphere. Meanwhile, our flour mixture turns into mash, which is distilled to separate liquids from solids. The liquids undergo a dehydration process, producing 200 proof alcohol, used for beverages, personal care and cleaning products, and clean-burning biofuel for cars, and eventually, airplanes. And lastly, the solids are separated into corn oil, used for renewable diesel and asphalt recycling, and highly nutritious animal feed. Ultimately, when we use bioproducts derived from the earth today, we're helping to create a brighter tomorrow. At Poet, we're committed to innovating cleaner, healthier, more efficient, renewable biofuels and bioproducts from our planet for our planet.
Devin Dye from Dye Real Estate and Land Company is your area leader in land auctions because our team works to maximize your profits. Through a coordinated effort from pre-marketing to auction day, we make selling your farm or recreational property an easy, exciting, and thorough experience. We invite you to contact us today for a no-obligation valuation of your land. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Call us first. DyeRealEstate.com. That's DyeRealEstate.com. Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs. Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today, and joining me now is Jerry Murgis, and Jerry is the fire chief of New Knoxville Fire Department in beautiful New Knoxville, Ohio. Jerry, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for showing up.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this event here at Auglaize County. We're at the Auglaize County Fairgrounds. It's a safety day down here, and you have a lot of things happening here.
We do. This got started by a donation from a family in our fire district, Gene and Jane Cook. and they made a sizable contribution for us to create an Ag Safety Day, primarily for younger folks that would have some awareness of safety on the farm, all the hazards that go with it, because there really hasn't been any classes directed towards that for these youngsters in quite a while. So we have a lot of help from Ohio State Extension, the Ohio State Fire Marshal, Auglaize County Farm Bureau, and a number of other organizations and people that have donated. So we're going to see how this goes, but we're pretty excited.
Well, let's talk specifically about the safety stations that our producers and the various other people who are attending today will experience.
So we'll have a station regarding grain safety with silos and grain bins. We're going to have a session with Midwest Electric and Miami Erie Propane on utilities on the farm. We have also then another station for first aid and safety and things of types of injuries you might experience on the farm. We have also a station from Koenig Equipment and Apple Farm Equipment that are going to go over safety concerns for large equipment, PTOs, augers, things like that with tractors and other equipment that you might find on the farm.
What are some of the things that you want to remind people to do, especially this time of the year when our farmers are getting back out in the field and the general public has to sometimes battle with them on the highways and byways?
Yeah, the biggest thing I think for drivers, motorists, and also the farmers is everybody just needs to slow down, whether it's on the road or if you're doing an operation of some sort. We've had a number of incidents where folks just were getting in a hurry, getting their hands stuck in an auger, leaving a tractor in gear, getting run over, people getting hit on the road. So, everyone gets in a hurry and they're trying to beat the weather or they're trying to get it done. And, the biggest thing is, little things can cause big problems. So, yes, we've seen it all and some of the outcomes have not been good. But, I think that there's enough safety features on equipment that if you just slow down and do what you're supposed to do, that, a lot of that can be avoided.
Well, let's talk about the things that our producers, our farmers out there can avoid when it comes to fire hazards, both on the farm and when they're moving that equipment in and out of sometimes dry fields, and what could possibly happen there.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff is just maintenance. Bearings that get dry that'll create sparks and fodder. Things like that. And again, safety guards being taken off of equipment. PTO guards. Those are all there for a reason. Shaft covers, things of that nature. And again, any loose clothing that you're wearing can get caught in that, and just like that, you lose an arm or lose a finger, or you start a big field fire. So a lot of it is just basic maintenance.
Our rural community couldn't exist without firefighters such as yourself. And I know that the volunteers that are out there are few and far between. What would you like to say to our viewing audience to get them to help participate and maybe be a part of their local fire department here in the Buckeye State?
Yeah, this is a big issue for me. You would hate to call 911 and no one comes. Right. And, we're all part of the community, and there's a lot of folks, I think, that could be an asset to your local fire department. It does take time, and yes, the training is time consuming. But, we need, every department is struggling for membership, whether it's EMS or fire. And, every community can really use the help. And we do have a table here to try to expose some of the, high school kids and those to, what's available in terms of fire and EMS. So, if you are in a community that has a volunteer fire department, which is about 80% of the country, please step up, especially if you're younger, because older guys like me are, we're time for us to move on. So I think the average age of a volunteer fireman in the U.S. is 54 years old, and that's too old. So
that's about the same age as our farmers out there. So definitely encouraging all our viewers out there and listeners to our podcast and our radio show to get involved and to be a part of your local fire department, or at least support those that are a part of it. And if people want more information about what you guys are doing here, is there a particular website or a place that they can go when it comes to ag safety?
We're going to have an Auglaize County Fire Chief Facebook page. Most of the fire departments have either Instagram or Facebook. Some have websites. Social media is the wave of the future. Websites are kind of not as popular as they used to be. But most of the departments have a Facebook page, and you can have a contact name there and a number that you can get a hold of your local department.
Jerry Merges has been our guest. Jerry's the fire chief of the New Knoxville Fire Department in New Knoxville, Ohio. We're here at Safety Day in beautiful Auglaize County. Jerry, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for being here, Dan.
Hi, I'm Alan Davis. And here at Alan Davis Insurance, we strive to be your solutions provider. As a business owner and an active farmer, I know the challenges firsthand that you face to run your business and your farm. Give us a call, 419-738-7447 for your auto, home, life, farm, commercial, crop, and financial services. Or check us out on the web at AlanDavisInsurance.com.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today. It's time now for another Farming Fast Fact, and joining me is a board member of the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association, a farmer down here in Fayette County, beautiful Jeffersonville, Eric Tipton. Eric, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Let's talk about your relationship with Apple Farm Service down here. One of the things that our farmers are always in need of when planting season comes around are parts, and you could really rely on Apple Farm Service when you do work with them.
Yeah, so the past experience I've had, they're some of the most knowledgeable people behind the parts counter, and that makes our lives a lot easier. And a lot of times when there's specialty parts that we need, and things that you can't find anywhere, it's very refreshing going in there, and typically they'll get you hooked up.
Well, it's important for a farmer not only during planting season, but the business is 24/7, regardless of what's going on, and especially when you get into planting season and then, of course, harvest time, you're out there 24/7. So you need somebody who can get the part on time and the right part that you need to keep you up and running, and that's really what it's all about, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of acres out here, and not as many people, so strong service departments is always a big deal, especially an environment where our planting window and harvest window are minuscule.
Well, once again, if you want more information, you check them out on the web at applefarmservice.com. Eric Tipton, farmer from Fayette County Way, has been our guest. Eric, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Dan.
And we'll be back with more In Ohio Country Today right after this.
Farmers Alliance, your home for quality ag supply services, can provide you with easy, convenient, and cost-effective drone services. If you need spraying a fungicide on corn, call us today. Drone spraying has been Beck's PFR proven to provide direct coverage to your corn crop with no impact to your fields. And spot spraying with a drone can be much more efficient. Call Farmers Alliance for quality ag supply services. For more information, go to myfarmersalliance.com. That's myfarmersalliance.com.
Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In Ohio Country Today. From the home of Farmers Alliance in beautiful Wapakoneta, Ohio, your area Beck's dealer and one of our fine sponsors. For more information about Farmers Alliance, you can check us out on the web at In Ohio Country Today. We'll also have a link to our podcast, our YouTube channel, and more at InOhioCountry.com. Have a good day, everybody.